Lovely. So, as always, we're going to start with our breath practice to help us transition into our yoga practice. So, come into a comfortable seat, Sukhasana is what this pose is called, or you can have a Dandasana with your legs out long, perhaps with some cushions underneath if you have tight hamstrings. So, just take your time to get settled and comfortable. And then we're going to have the palms of our hands facing up, one resting on top of the other in this mudra here. I forget the name of it, I think it's Bhairava mudra, which means protection and stability, which is perfect for today's class with our side work. Roll the shoulders to your ears, down your back, close the mouth. And I invite you to join me and close your eyes to begin the class. So mouth is closed, breathing in and out of the nose. Just calming and settling in. We're going to start with a 5 breath today. So join me by fully exhaling. Next, in breath, draw it out for the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause there, full lungs. Slowly exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with empty lungs. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then just breathing normally without that control, but just take a moment here to check in. Perhaps the heart rate has slowed, your body's calmer, more settled, less restless. Ready to begin. Gently opening your eyes. You might need to blink a few times. Release that mudra. Placing the hands on the knees gently. We're just going to begin with some hip circles. So really slow to start. Exhaling as you come back. Inhaling as you come forwards. Exhaling back. And then as you imagine a hoop around your torso, begin to really consciously try and touch your rib cage to that hoop. So you really have to hold onto your hands so you don't fall backwards as your back rib cages come back. And then inhale, arching your back as you come forwards. Inhale, you can encourage the shoulders in as well. So we're just working on that spine mobility. Switch directions. This is really nice for the lower back, particularly if you've been sitting at a desk or traveling. Working into our hips, our bums, our spines, our QL muscles, those big supporting muscles at the back. Lovely. And then stopping in the middle here, just roll the shoulders, the ears 2-3 times, enjoying any crunches that you might have. Lovely. And just a moment to release the neck. So really draw those shoulders back so the shoulder blades come towards each other. Allow that chin to drop to the chest. Head is heavy. Really focus on that exhale, the head weight coming further down. Inhale, taking the head up. And then coming into a wide leg child's pose. So just taking a moment here to get settled, your big toes together, your knees out as wide as is comfortable, bringing your bottom to your heels. And then really slide your hands forwards, fingers are spread wide, palms on the mat. And then allow the forearms to come down, allow your head to come down. You can rest your chin or your forehead on the mat. Breathing there, allow the weight of your torso to travel down in between your legs. Maybe as you inhale, you take your weight over to one leg and the other. Just really encouraging that opening on each side. Pausing in the middle. Look up at your hands, take your right hand off the mat. Take your left palm on top of your right. Send that left hip bone down, it will want to lift. Slide the hands away as you bring your chest back down to the floor. Deep stretch on that left side. Exhaling here to allow that opening into your range of motion. Inhale, looking at those hands, bring them back to center for a moment. This time the left hand comes off the side of the mat. The right palm comes on top of the left hand. Slide those hands away, bring the head and chest down, and really draw that right down so you can feel that big long stretch on the right side. Breathing there. Should have got you to measure yourselves on a chart before today's class, because I'd be interested to see if you've grown a couple of millimeters after it. Inhale, looking up at those hands coming forwards, fingertips to the mat. Big inhale, exhale, bottom to heels. Keep the arms off the mat. Walk the fingertips away and bring that head down. So really lengthening right from your fingertips all the way down to your tailbone. Breathing there. Replicating kind of a stretching rack perhaps, where the weight of your bottom is on your heels, but your fingertips are desperately clinging on and grounded at the top of your mat. Inhale, look up at those hands, slide those hands back towards you, preparing to come into all fours. So bringing those knees directly underneath your hips. Spread the fingers wide. Before we come into our extended spine mobility, we're going to warm up the wrists. We're quite heavy on the wrists today. So inhale, your arms are straight, send your shoulders further over than your wrists. Exhale, bottom to heels, press into the base of your hands. Inhale, we come forwards. Exhale, we come back. Inhaling forwards. Really go forward to your maximum range of motion. Exhale back. This time, inhale, come forwards, turn the fingertips to the outsides of the mat. And these eyes of elbows will want to face forward, so turn them in towards each other. Breathing there, and even staying there in a static posture or gently rocking side to side to intensify that on one side and then the other. Mouth is closed, moving with that breath. And thinking about that limb of yoga of surrender, bringing those fingertips towards the knees, relax the face. The tendency is to go, oh my word, and grit the teeth, so part the jaw, relax the tongue, relax the jaw, relax the face, focus on the exhale, and you may be able to bring your weight backwards, keeping your palms on the floor, on the mat. Keep breathing. And then slowly peel those palms off as you come to sit on your heels, shake the wrists, rotate the wrists, maybe bring the backs of the hands together and roll your shoulders while they're here as an extra. Just get that blood back in the wrists. Coming back into all fours, let's come through those cat-cows, drop the belly, shoulders back, inhale, gaze up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone first as you cascade through the spine, leading back to your chin, to your chest. As you exhale, really press the mat away from you. Inhale, begin with your head. Rise your head, shoulders back, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Twice more. Exhale into your cats. Inhale. Lovely. And then come to that neutral spine. So flat back here, belly button up towards your tail, up towards your spine. And then as you exhale, draw your right hip towards your right shoulder. So we're making a C shape with our body here. Look at your right hip or even further behind you. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left side. So draw that left hip towards that left shoulder. Deep stretch on that right side. One more time into each side. Inhale to center. Exhale, curl your hip to your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center, and then just lose it a little bit. Get a little bit more loose and flexible. So bending one elbow and the other, circles with your hips. I kind of call this a cat dance. Imagine if a cat had kind of heard a really cool tune and is like, yeah, I got this, I like this, and switch directions. Don't worry about what it looks like. I can't see you, so I'm the only one making a fool of myself. But it feels good, so who cares? And then pausing there. Send the right leg behind you, pressing the toes into the mat. Send the left foot off the mat, so on a diagonal. Bring the right heel down, so the inner arch of your foot is on the mat, and send the weight to the outside of the foot. Next, inhale, we draw that right arm up slowly as if we're drawing up a bow and arrow. Bringing your hand up to the ceiling, looking there, really send those right hips high. Breathe. And then as you exhale, bring that right arm over by your right ear. Side plank here. Keep that motion as that right hand comes all the way back down to the mat. Return that right knee down, bring that left foot in. Send the left foot back this time. Bring that left heel down, rotate the weight to the outside of the left foot and bring that right foot off the mat. As you inhale, you draw that left hand up as if you're drawing back that bow and arrow. Your gaze follows up at your left thumb, breathing there. Exhale, take that left hand over by your ear. And then keep that going all the way down to the mat. Return that left knee to the mat, the right knee to the mat. Again, repeat that on the right side, so right foot back. Right heel comes down, left foot off the mat. We draw that right arm up. Option here to stay where we are, or press into that right foot to bring the left foot to meet it. So a full side plank. Exhale that right arm by your ear. And then keep it going. Rotate those feet, bring those knees down. Opposite side, left foot back. Bring the left heel down as you open up. That right foot comes off the mat. Draw that left hand up. Shift the weight to the outside of the left foot, either staying here or pick up that right leg to join the left. Breathe, really send those hips high. Exhale that left arm by your ear, all the way down to the mat. Return your knees to the mat. Come into that child's pose. Might want to rock side to side there. With that breath. Lovely. And then inhale, coming back up to those all fours. Tuck the toes here, lift up to your downward facing dog. Walk out those heels, step them out, one, and then the other. Big long breaths. Inhale, looking up at your hands, walk those feet forwards one by one. If you have socks on like me, now's your chance to take them off so we can grip the mat a little bit better, so we can balance a little bit better. Bend the knees deep onto your chest as if you're sitting down in a chair. Bring your hands into prayer on your chest. Press into your heels to bring yourself all the way up. Your hands come up. Exhale, thumbs down your midline. Release into Tadasana. So check in with your posture here. Raise the toes, spread them wide on the mat, feet hip distance apart. Lifting that pubic bone up, tailbone down, slight bend in your knees, shoulders to your ears, down your back, palms face forwards. Breathing there. Inhale, take those hands high. Interlace the fingers above your head, so making kind of a Charlie's Angel clasp with your fingers pointing to the ceiling. Really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And as you exhale, begin to send your hips to the right, bring your body over to the left. This is a moon posture. It's one of the Bikram poses. Tendency is to bring your right shoulder forward, so really tuck that left shoulder underneath you, stack the shoulders, focus on the exhale. Inhale, come up. Breathe, lengthen, grow taller. Exhale, hips to the left, hands, arms to the right, creating that moon posture with your whole body, working hard on the core. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath. Inhaling, coming up. Release the hands down. Lovely. Roll those shoulders. Hands in prayer on your chest. Lift that chest, shoulders back and down. Exhale, forward fold here, releasing the hands to the floor. Release the head. Inhale, half right. Hands to shins. Send those shoulders back. Exhale, plant those hands down. Step the right foot way back on the mat. Bring that right knee down. Unhook the toes here and lift up into your low lunge. Making sure here your tailbone is tucked under. So the tendency is to dip in your lower back here. So really lift up that belly. Tailbone tucked under, deep stretch on this right adductor. Hands clasp and go onto your knee. Breathe there. Hands come to your hips. Raise that right hand high. And as you exhale, lean over to the left. Breathing there. Release. Send the hands down to the mat and bring your hips back for that runner's lunge, but the foot remains on the floor, the left foot, and drop your left hip down. Breathing there. Lovely. Rebend in that left leg. Bring your hand, your elbow on top of that left leg and pivot on that right knee so the right foot comes off the mat. Opening here, so really draw those shoulders stacking on top of each other, right hand on your hip. So it's almost like we're in the beginning of a warrior two. And let's come into that pose. So inhale, take the body up, take the arms up out to the side. So our left leg is just like a warrior two, it's just that our right leg isn't standing. Looking over that left middle finger, breathe. And then bring yourself back to the right side. Bring that right hand down, lengthen in that left leg. As you bring that left hand up to the ceiling, take your gaze with you. Breathe. Rebend in that left knee. Bring your body back over your hips as you slide that right hand to your right knee, coming back through that version of warrior two. Lengthening that left leg again. Bring that left hand down to your left leg, bringing that right arm up. Breathe. Your sides are going to feel so good after this. Rebend in that left knee. Bring both hands down to frame that left foot. Bring that right foot back behind you for that low lunge. Tuck your right toes. Slide your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Breathing there. 3 more breaths. Breathe full and deep. You can walk out your feet here if that feels good. Inhale, looking up at your hands. Walk those feet forwards as if they're on train tracks, coming onto fingertips when you need to. Exhale, hang heavy here, let the head go. Take your hands into prayer on your chest, drop your belly down, press into those heels as you bring yourself all the way up. Inhale. Exhale those hands down by your chest. Stay where you are. I'm just going to switch sides so you can better see the demonstration. Repeat that on the opposite side. So inhale, take those hands high. Exhale, draw a line down your midline, your hands go down, your knees bend, even, let your head go. Inhale, half rise, hands to shins, bring those shoulders back. Exhale, bring those hands down. This time we're stepping that left foot way back. Bring down the knee, unhook the toes, and then lift your body up into that low lunge, tucking that tailbone under, lifting that pubic bone. This is vital so we're not dumping in our lower back. That big adductor stretch on the left. Clasp your hands the opposite way to last time, placing them on that right knee. Bring those shoulders back, breathing there. Then bring those hands to your hips. Lift the chest on the inhale and take that left hand high, leaning over on that right side. Big stretch on the left side here. Lovely. And then return that left hand to your waist. Lean into that right leg. Bring your right elbow to that right knee and take your left foot off the mat this time. Lovely. Inhale, take that left arm high over your ear. Big stretch here. Inhale, we rise up, preparing to come into that gate pose. So we come into that warrior two first. Looking over your right fingertips, lifting the pelvic floor, tucking the tailbone under here. And then as we exhale, we lengthen in that right knee, bringing your left hand back down to the mat. Slow, controlled movements. Right hand comes high and then over by your ear. So it's like one big ramp from your fingertips right to your toes. If you were to put a toy car on the back of your hand, imagine it sliding all the way down to your toes. If you have any children, you can give it a go. And then begin to re-bend in that right knee, sliding that left hand towards your left leg, coming back through that warrior two. Right hand to the right elbow to the right knee, lift that left arm back up, all the way down, framing that right foot, left foot comes back, tuck the toes, lift that left knee, slide that right foot back, coming into that downward dog, walking out those feet. Lovely, well done. Inhaling, looking up at your hands, walking those feet forwards, one by one. Bending those knees deep, bottom comes down, belly on your thighs, bring your hands into prayer. Press into your heels as we rise ourselves up, sending the hands up. Exhale those thumbs down by your chest. Release the hands to your sides, Tadasana. So preparing for a really strong Trikonasana. Roll the shoulders to your ears, down your back. Hands on your hips. And first of all, we're going to turn our right foot out to the sides and lower our hands down our legs. So it's a really short stance first of all. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, slide that right hand down that right leg. Making sure that left shoulder is not coming forwards. Breathe. Check in with your left oblique that is working really hard. Inhale, rise up. Step that right foot out wider. So you've made that triangle with your legs. So it's a bit wider than what you would do a squat with. Turning that right foot out. Tuck that tailbone under, deep stretch on the adductors. And then slide that right hand down that right leg. Breathe there. Really bring that right shoulder underneath you. Your gaze can be high or it can be down at the floor. One more breath there. And then inhale, rise. So this is preparing our core for this Trikonasana pose. I did a post on it on my Instagram feed of how to avoid this kind of version of a triangle posture where we're really relying on the weight in our leg. This time, rise your arms parallel to the floor. Exhale, lean over that right leg. Pause. Flip your palms towards the screen. And then exhale, bring that right hand down in front of your right shin. Your left arm comes high, looking up at that left thumb. Breathe. See if you can tuck that right shoulder underneath you, opening on the left. Try not to hold your breath here. One more exhale. Inhale, rise up. Bring your hands back to your waist. Step that right foot back into that narrow stance. Lovely. Slide those hands down your legs. Exhale that left hand down that left leg. Breathe. Just preparing that right oblique. Inhale, we rise up. Pivot on that left foot. Bring your hips back to face me. Oh, that was a nice click. Wonder if you got the same. Exhale, that left hand down, that left leg. Making sure your shoulders are stacked so that we're not leaning forwards. Really pulling that right shoulder back. Inhale, rise up. This time stepping out that left foot that little bit wider to make that triangle with your legs. Inhale, rise the arms up parallel to the mat. Palms face me. Exhale, lean over that left side. Bring the left hand down in front of that left shin as your right hand comes high. So your right hand is maybe at 12 and your left hand is at 6. Taking your gaze up to that right thumb, tucking that left shoulder under and opening on the right. There should be no weight in this left hand here. Focusing on the exhale. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Well done. Pivot that left foot in. Your hands come to your hips. Roll those shoulders and then heel toe those feet in. Well done. Step back to the front of your mats. Hands in prayer here. Inhale, rise the hands high. Exhale, we fold forwards. Hands come to the mat. Inhale, half rise, send the shoulders back, gaze at the floor in front of you, long neck. Exhale, those hands down, step, jump or hop back to your plank and bring down your knees. Reposition your hands so they're right underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes here. Starting with a bear kind of stance. So on the exhale, press into those hands like we did for cat posture, but lift the knees to a hover. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees down, bring your bottom to your heels, bring the backs of your hands together for a moment. This is kind of the peak part of our strengthening of our obliques. And you're thinking, hang on a minute, we're just strengthening in the front. But I've got a little add-on for you. Bring your hands back down, coming into that bear posture. Exhale, lift the knees. This time, bring both heels to the left side of the mat, so your knees turn to the right. Pick up that right hand. Breathe there. Exhale, that right hand down. Knees come back to the mat. Then heels come over to the right side of the mat, knees over to the left, lifting that left hand. Breathe. Lovely. Exhale, that left hand down. Knees back towards the mat. Bring the knees down. Unhook the toes, bottom to your heels. Back to the hands together. Breathe. Last little bit. You can either repeat that, or you can join me with a momentary kick out of the leg. So bring your hands down, making sure that underneath your shoulders, if they're further away, you're making it harder for yourself. Tuck your toes, prepare, round in the upper shoulders. Exhale, lift those knees to a hover. Send the heels to the left, the knees over to the right as you open on that right side. And then see if you can lift up that left foot and kick it forwards. Breathe. Left comes back down. Right hand comes down. Knees come towards the mat. Let's send the heels to the right, knees to the left. Open up on that left side. Either stay there or lift that right foot to a kick. I've run out of space. And then bring that right foot back down, left hand back down, knees down to the mats, bottom to your heels, slide your hands all the way back to your feet, flip your palms up, bring your head down, child's pose, gentle rock side to side. I'm sure your cores are very, very fired up right now. I know mine is. One more breath there. Slide those hands forwards, bring yourself up, swing your feet to the side, coming onto your bottoms. The hard work is done, let's stretch it out. Widen your legs as wide as you can. And then take that right sole of the foot into the thigh of the left. Let's grow taller first. So think about that strong, straight spine. Left hand comes in front of the left leg. Slide that left hand down your leg. Either pause there, and you can feel the stretch there, or take that right arm up and over. Think ballet dancer. Really emulate that. Big ballet smile on your face. Although I'm not sure how many ballet dancers smile, but you know. Enjoying that deep stretch. Inhaling, rising up. Slide that left hand up. Let's switch legs, so lengthen out that right leg. And left sole of the foot comes into the right thigh. Right hand in front of that right leg, slide it away. Shoulders are stacked, so we're not hunching down. Again, really opens up the side if your shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Option to take that left arm up and over your ear. Any tension building up on your neck, you can look down. Or you can take that really poised gaze up. One more breath there. Inhaling, rising up. Lovely. Bringing both legs into that Sukhasana, easy posture. Inhale, take the arms up. Let's take that seated twist. So bring your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, look over that right shoulder. Breathing there. Inhaling, unraveling. Left hand comes behind you. Grow taller on the right side. Really lift and lengthen. Exhale, that right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. And gentle twist, gazing over your left shoulder. Breathing there. And a full circle of the class today. Bring yourself back forwards. Let's switch over the seated posture that we're in, holding onto our knees. Again, starting with those rotations, small circles first. Just easing out any of that tension that might have built up in the lower back, the sides, from those really engaged, strong poses. Going as deep or as gentle as you would like. And then switching directions. Hopefully you feel as good as I do, stretched but engaged and like you worked hard. You definitely have. Coming in to stop in the middle. Let's just take one more side stretch. So left hand slides away from you. Take that right arm up leaning over to that left side, but then bring that right shoulder to the left knee. So we're really stretching out that QL muscle, that quadriceps lumborum. Inhale as we open and come back up to seated. Slide that right hand away, left arm comes up, inhale, exhale, we come over to the right side, but draw that left shoulder over to the right knee, breathing there, lovely stretch down your back. Inhale, coming back through and up. Roll those shoulders. Return your hands to that mudra, just resting gently in your lap. That I think it's called Bhairava mudra, which means protection and stability, which is absolutely what our obliques are for. Gently closing the eyes. Breathing deep. Just taking a moment to acknowledge that short but strong practice. And note how fabulous our bodies can be. I encourage you to sit in this Sukhasana just for 2-3 more minutes. Return to that 5 breath to keep your focus. So that breathing in for the count of 5, hold, and then breathing out for the count of 5. Just let your body absorb the practice and rest. Thank you very much for tuning in and practicing with me. It's been a pleasure as always. Namaste.